Austin Butler has earned huge appreciation for his highlight turn as the rock and roll king in Elvis. Well, it is a performance which goes some way in grounding the maximalism of director Baz Luhrmann. A lot has been made about how this isn't a biopic in the traditional sense of the genre and less about Presley so much. It is the price of stardom. But its best moments come when Butler tears open the rhinestone heart of his widely copied, enduring subject. As a showcase of Butler's endless talents, it requires to be seen. Well, let's discuss more about how Austin Butler pulled these things. Voice. Speaking to Entertainment Weekly, Austin Butler said that he created his own archive of how he said every word and every diphthong in the way that he used musicality in his voice. Seeing interviews online, especially those near to the end of production, you'll notice how aspects of the Elvis voice have clearly stuck with Butler. He hasn't quite lost that archetypal drawl. That voice is definitely the most recognizable of all time and was Butler's biggest hurdle. This also puts too much pressure on it, and it sounds like a shockly satire, but if there isn't enough, it ain't the king. Fortunately, like a peanut butter and banana sandwich, he was able to strike this sweet spot. Butler said he would hear Presley say a specific word and he would just clip that bit out so he knew how he said that word. He created his own archive of how he said every word and every diphthong and the way that he used musicality in his voice. He even looked at everything, web archives assembled by superfans, YouTube videos, and other resources available online. To really break the cadence and rhythm of Elvis Presley's voice, he turned to a dialect coach. Austin Butler's singing voice was used for Elvis's early life with tracks like Blue Suede Shoes, Heartbreak Hotel, and Hound Dog, whereas Luhrmann combined Butler and Elvis together as the rock and roll star got older. Austin said music has always been a part of his life, but always a very special thing. It was just his own form of therapy. He knew that the singing aspect of the role was going to be something he really wanted to give everything he had to. If you're liking this content so far, please consider subscribing and liking this video. Now let's continue. Style. Costume designer Catherine Martin, when speaking to Vanity Fair, said the Baz was always talking about that it's not imitation, it's interpretation. Elvis, a naturally it star, was costumed by Luhrmann's wife and longtime collaborator, the Hollywood costume designer Catherine Martin. She said, "With Elvis, we built a huge chart with all of Elvis's jumpsuits. It was a very long chart, and those type of things allow you to conceptualize a little bit how you're going to deal with that part of Elvis's costuming history. You've got to find a way of compressing a whole lot of story points. You can basically draw from the legacy of Elvis's dresses and synthesize a look out of what he actually wore and imagine what he would have worn in this specific scene. It wasn't just a case of bringing to life some of the old sartorial numbers. What might have worked on Elvis's frame at the time wouldn't necessarily carry off as well on Butler. There needed to be little adjustments here and there. They needed to find a way of making the historical costumes really work for him. Take the full leather ensemble Elvis wore at the '68 comeback special recreated in the film. The amazing archivists at Graceland measured the dress for us. We realized the width of the cuffs. We knew how long the jacket was, but through the technique of fittings and experimentation, we came to see that we desired to adjust all of these details subtly to make sure they were fitting Austin. His action and characterization was supported, rather than crushed by the burden of having to make something just like Elvis wore. As Martin recalls, this was as special as collar height. Moves. According to reports, Austin Butler worked through a variety of dance styles to find his Elvis moves, from the famous tiptoe strut to his little things, the leg shakes and the jitters. Butler admitted that your muscles get quite fatigued and you have to build up stamina with those things, and his body still feels it, even in the way he would dance as the king, and it was all about that central watchword, which is humanity. Polly Bennett said, "We'd find these times that could somehow express that you wanted to be similar, but it's got to feel like it's never happened before." But how, as Esquire put it to him in a video online, did Butler realize to shake like Elvis? Well, it was the product of a lot of hard work. With that being said, it's time to end our today's video. Press the like button and subscribe to our channel for more interesting stuff. Peace out!